recently a friend came to visit me, and that friend made me realize that I should be watching episodes of Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. That friend is called nostalgia. Oh, I long for the days when my homework assignments were coloring and multiplication. Even though I'm out of high school, so I really don't worry about homework anymore. But still, those were the days when cartoons were good and not stupid, and when they had a sense of morality. Those days have passed over, and we're into the age of stupidity. Anyway, I was watching the pilot episode of Justice League Unlimited. It was entitled Initiation. And in this episode, the heroes gather together in the watchtower up in space, and basically the episode was about Green Arrow and him not feeling that he should be a part of the Justice League because he just doesn't feel like his purpose is to help out the big monsters and the big villains and stuff. And he's confiding all this stuff in Batman. And he also said that he doesn't have powers. Batman doesn't have powers. So I don't know why he was complaining about all this to Batman. But while watching that episode of Justice League, it made me think real hard and good about the church, about the people that are a part of the church. We want the pastors to do all the heavy lifting, to lead people to Christ, and to do all the hard stuff. We just want to go and hear the pastors speak on Sunday mornings and maybe on a Wednesday, and let that be the end to our Christianity. But that's not what it's about. There's so much more to this thing than just coming to church once or twice a week and feeling good. It's about changing people's lives and showing everybody the love of Christ, and showing everybody a God that loves and heals and sets the captives free. It's about love and change. In Green Arrow, he thought that him being a hero was about him just helping the little guys, but Batman had said something to him, and it was somewhere along the lines of, and those big monsters that you don't want to fight, they're the ones that usually step on the little guy. With our Christianity, we feel like we want to do the least. We want to just do the bare minimum to get us into heaven. We just want to kind of have a secret identity when it comes to our Christianity, and just kind of hide behind the mask of it and not really do anything with it. We just want to have that outward appearance of a good church-going Christian. We just want to have that outward appearance of the norm. But in reality, we should really, truly live as disciples. Some people think that following Jesus is just about, saying a prayer of asking God for salvation and then just never ever approaching him ever again, ever in their life. No, the disciples, they literally gave up everything to follow Jesus. Jesus coming and saying, I am the Son of God, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and saying that, where it was a radical idea. And going and following Jesus, that was even more radical, even more crazy. But when you do things for God, people are going to think you're crazy. Look at Noah making the ark. It took him hundreds of years to build it. But people were saying, oh, yeah, it's gonna rain. There's gonna be a flood. It's gonna rain. Yeah. Blue sky. You're crazy, dude. You're crazy. That's right. Keep building your little boat. Oh, nothing's gonna happen. Moses going before Pharaoh and telling him to let his people go, all those times, and Pharaoh constantly saying no. That was crazy for him to keep bugging him about it. But, God made a way. God delivered them. And Abraham, for goodness sakes. His wife was barren, and God tells him to leave the place where you're at and go to a place that I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to make you a father of many nations. And that didn't come about and he didn't actually have Isaac until years later. So when you do things for God, people are going to think you're crazy. People are going to think, this person's an oddball. I'm not going to talk to them. I'm gonna go this way. But, they hated Jesus, so they're gonna hate us. People that live in sin, they're either gonna want to change their ways or say, you're crazy and I'm gonna live this life. You can't tell me what to do. Being a disciple is a lot like joining the Justice League. Not everyone in the Justice League is Superman. Not everyone in the Justice League is Batman. Not everyone in the Justice League has the same powers or has the same background story or has even the same money in their bank account. And they're all completely different characters, all completely different people. But they're still on the side of good. They're still doing what is right. And just like all these different characters all come together to form the Justice League, we are all a part of the body of Christ. And if one person is slacking, then you're gonna bring the whole body down. You know, if a leg isn't working, then, you know, the rest of the body has to work twice as hard to make up for that lack in that leg. We have to be the Christian Justice League and follow Jesus with everything that we have, because if you're not a disciple, if you're not really following Jesus, if you're not willing to give everything up, then what doctrine are you following? If you're not following Jesus, then who are you following? I'm Tina Barr, and I'm Geeked for Jesus.